star prosecution witness David Wildstein is back on the stand for a second day, telling the jury about such things as what he called honeypots of money at the Port Authority that both the governors of New York and New Jersey had access to dole out to towns and cities. And in New Jersey's case, he says it was in exchange for political support. Now, what I wanted to look into, though, is what could happen outside of this courtroom, with Democrats potentially mentioning impeachment charges against Governor Christie, who Wildstein said knew about the whole thing. I caught up with Assemblyman John Wisniewski and State Senator Loretta Weinberg, who headed up the joint Bridgegate committee, and I asked them if they thought there was still room for them to investigate further.
There's ample material that's come out, not only in the pretrial motions, but in testimony so far, that there's a reason for the committee to continue its work. It's going to be up to legislative leadership to decide whether we continue our work.
I mean, Weinberg was particularly surprised, but what she said was politics that pervaded every level of the governor's administration and seeped into the Port Authority, with her mentioning a holiday celebration brought up in an email as evidence of that.
This is an atmosphere that we have been talking about for a while. Even a menorah lighting had to be approved by the governor's office.
Both Wisniewski and Weinberg stopped short of calling for Christie's impeachment, saying that it's unclear that when Wildstein talks about Trenton and the governor's office okaying things, if Christie himself knew. It looks like they want to get their committee back together and do some investigating. And I asked if that might involve Wildstein coming back for a repeat performance.
Well, we put him under oath in the past in the Transportation Committee. He took the fifth. Maybe this time he won't.
Diana, let's talk about impeachment and how practical is that?
Well, I went to Rutgers University's Eagleton Institute of Politics to get some answers.
I think it's really unlikely. It certainly depends what comes out at the Bridgegate trial.
John Weingart says it all depends on the proof. Right now, we're just hearing allegations that Governor Christie knew or was involved in the scandal itself. But even if that proof comes to light, just look at the facts. An impeachment might not even be that smart. Governor Christie's term is coming to an end, and it could take months and months for an impeachment to happen. Plus, are there even enough votes to support it? The Senate needs a 2/3 vote to remove Christie from office, and that would mean Republicans would have to sign on to it.
The U.S. Attorney has far greater resources. Having said that, it was the U.S. Attorney that decided there wasn't any evidence to bring Governor Christie into this.
Well, the Constitution actually says that the governor can be impeached for a misdemeanor. And I don't think they mean a traffic ticket, but the bar is much lower to impeach the governor, ironically, than it is to indict him.
Okay, more to come. Thanks, Diana. Thanks, Alex.